features of HTML. The learning curve is very easy, right? If you go through this entire course, you will see that you will have a good solid foundation of HTML. You don't have to go through all the other lectures that are present on different websites or on YouTube, right? This entire tutorial is enough to build a good solid foundation of HTML. Then it's about implementing those elements or those attributes according to your need. Okay, so the learning curve is very easy. It is used to create effective presentations. We will see this HTML plays a major role while you're creating effective presentations, right? You have different tags, you have graphics, you have audios, you have videos. All those can be added into your presentations, thus making it more creative, right? Adding links wherein we can add references, right? If you're creating, let's suppose, a research paper, in that you have to add some references. You can easily add links to those references, right? So that can be helpful, right? In your research paper, it can display documents on platforms like Mac, Windows, and Linux, right? Adding videos, graphics, audios, making it more attractive, right? We can add these things into our presentation, into our websites, thus making our websites more attractive and more beautiful. It's a case-insensitive language, right? This HTML is independent of whether you're writing it in the uppercase or in the lowercase, right? So P written in uppercase is similar to what P written in lowercase. So this is, P means paragraph tag, right? So this is case insensitive language. So these are all the features of HTML. So there are many other features as well, which along with time or while we are going through this course, we will understand those features as well. Okay. HTML editors. Now let's talk about these editors. Which editors should you use? So if you're going through these, the first time you are learning HTML, the best editor you can think of is the Notepad++ or Notepad. If you don't want to remember, if you don't like remembering anything, then it's better that you should use some good editor, right? Or if you're trying to learn, the simplest editor is Notepad, right? So in Notepad, there won't be any auto completions or highlights or auto indentation, right? So all of these additional functionalities come up with better editors, right? So if you have a good editor, that is like Sublime Text or Atom, or you have Visual Studio Code, all these editors are good editors, and they will provide you some extra functionalities like auto indentation, auto completion, highlights, and all those things, right? So the simplest editor is Notepad. If you don't want to download any editor, you should go with the editor that is Notepad. In that, there won't be any auto corrections or auto indentation or let's suppose autocomplete, right? You have to write each and everything on your own. So it is best when you're trying to learn something, as there is not something that is pre-written, right? You have to write each and everything. Thus, it helps you to remember things, okay? So the simplest editor is Notepad. Now, if you want to be a little bit fancy, but in a simpler way, then you should go for Notepad++. But Atom is also there, which is also an editor wherein you can write your HTML code. There is Sublime Text, there is Visual Studio, there are brackets. All these are editors, right? So the best editor, according to me, as I'm comfortable and I'm working in Sublime Text for a while, so that's why, in my opinion, the best editor is Sublime Text. And throughout the course, throughout this course, we are going to use the same editor, that is Sublime Text. Okay.